Hey everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge, and this is Piggyskin Picks, where I pick the winners and losers of the upcoming NFL week, boys and girls. Week number 6, 8 out of 14, 57.14%, better than the last 2 weeks, so I'll take the positive on that. But hey, let's go in to week number 7, boys and girls. And we start off with Thursday Night Football. The Kansas City Chiefs will take on the Denver Broncos in Denver at Miles High Stadium. I'm going with the Denver Broncos on this one. Call me crazy, but on a short week's rest for the Kansas City Chiefs, who have been looking very mortal these last 2 weeks, versus a Denver team that's just kind of got their groove back. And yeah, you still got Joe Flacco on the helm, but defense looks like they're showing up. Might cause, Kansas City a bit of a problem with the run game. And yeah, Patrick Mahomes is still going to be a stud. This guy is just absolutely incredible. But I don't think the overall team is going to do well against Denver, so I'm going with Denver with the win on Thursday Night Football. And then we continue into Sunday morning, boys and girls, where the LA Rams will take on the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. I'm picking the LA Rams. New acquisition with Jalen Ramsey. This is just going to be a practice kind of match, in my opinion, where, Rams, their defense is going to look stellar. They're going to make that Falcons offense look silly. And Jared Goff might actually look like a decent quarterback in front of that Atlanta defense, because quite frankly, Atlanta is just trash. Absolute fucking trash. I think you guys are going to be possibly one of the worst teams in your own division, right next to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but who the hell knows? The Bucs might actually get 1 or 2 more wins compared to the Atlanta Falcons. So that should be interesting to watch, but I'm going with the Rams on that game. The Miami Dolphins, against Buffalo? This isn't even a divisional fucking game, okay? This is just a goddamn punch in the mouth by the Buffalo Bills. I think the Bills are going to win this easily. Yeah, you put in Fitzpatrick in there, but what are you going to get? Fitzmagic, Fitztragic, Fitzception? What the fuck are you going to get, right? As for Buffalo, this is the best defense in football. I think right next to San Francisco and the New England Patriots, these Bills, this defense is top notch. And I think, I think the defense might get 1 or 2 touchdowns in there. Who the hell knows? But they look great, and expecting a lot of things from Buffalo in the upcoming weeks. Now, the next game, the Cincinnati Bengals will host the Jacksonville Jaguars in Cincinnati. I think the Jags are going to get a win on the road here in a very close game where you might be winning by a field goal or less, but I think Minshew should be able to march down that Cincinnati defense, do whatever he needs to do to get that win. And I think Dalton will do what he can when he can, but he will still get fucked. Jacksonville is a very curious case now, because now you have first-round picks for Jalen Ramsey, but you're still a very decent enough team. You might be a decent 8-8, who the hell knows? But I think they'll grab a win in Cincinnati away, maybe get some confidence back for that Jacksonville team who just lost their key player. But maybe because of the way he was such a cantankerous cancer, maybe it's just a relief for them. Maybe they play with their hearts out and get a fucking blowout win. Who the hell knows? But let's move on to the next game, boys and girls. The Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions in Detroit. I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings. Despite all of my brain saying, don't pick Kirk, don't fucking do it. Kirk's kind of proved me wrong the last 2 weeks. I'm not willing to fully admit, Kirk's different, man. He's going to win the Super Bowl. I'm not ready to do that shit at all. Okay, what I am willing to do, though, is, all right, you got a little fire under your ass. You're playing better. Your teammates are thriving because of that. And, hey, you go on the road against a division rival with that same kind of flame on your ass. Hell, maybe you get a win on the road. And to be honest, Detroit, as much as they're pissed off, I feel like they might be dejected. After back-to-back losses in that manner, I mean, yeah, they could blame the referees, but again, their offense is just... If you stop Matt Stafford in maybe 2-3 possessions, you're going to win that game. Absolutely. I mean, 2-3. If you stop him in 2-3 drives, which you can, absolutely, because he will either fumble the fucking ball or throw it straight at the opposition. And Minnesota's defense is top-notch. So I'm going with Minnesota in a win in Detroit there. Now let's move on to the next game. The Oakland Raiders will be heading over to the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field, and I'm thinking Green Bay is going to win this one. Yes, Oakland is coming off of a bye week. Yes, Green Bay had an extended not even extended off day. They had Monday Night Football. They are not having an extended day. They're having a shortened day, shortened week. But despite all of that, they are playing at home. Rodgers' record at home is pretty decent enough. I don't think the Raiders' defense is going to limit Rodgers too much, maybe in the first quarter or something. But, man, later in that game, you're going to see Rodgers just doing shit. Aaron Jones, I mean, if he's injured or not, I'm not 100% on that. But I think the Packers will grab a win there. No problem in Lambeau Field. But weirder shit has happened in football. Truly has. But let's move on to the next game, boys and girls. The Houston Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going with the Colts. The Colts had an off week, a bye week, right? And honestly, man, Frank Reich is a different kind of beast. This dude, as a head coach, is, I don't know. Like there's something about Frank Reich that I really do trust. There's something about that man when he is on, when he's on the sidelines, telling this team like, hey, this is what we're going to do. Believe in yourself. I do have that belief. I do. I think Indianapolis is the team with the biggest chip on their shoulder, and this is a division rival in the Texans where with that Indianapolis Colts defense playing well enough and shutting down offenses like the Kansas City Chiefs a couple of weeks back, you're going to cause a huge fucking problem with that Texans O-line. And if you just pressure Deshaun enough, I think Indianapolis will edge out a win here, which I think they will. And I know Deshaun's been playing fantastic. He has been MVP caliber. I understand that. But I think everything around him is going to falter in front of the Colts. Now, let's move on to the next game, boys and girls. The Arizona Cardinals versus the New York Giants. I'm going with the Giants on this one. I think Kyler Murray will put up an impressive performance because, yeah, he's able to move around, very mobile, very decent enough young quarterback right now. But again, this Arizona team is just a huge blob of meh compared to the Giants, who I think, on paper, marginally better. And Daniel Jones, you're playing in MetLife. I'm pretty sure, after that kind of odd, funky game against the Patriots, the Giants have to kind of be looking at themselves in this division and thinking, hey, guys, we have a fucking shot. The Eagles and fucking Cowboys are going to kill each other on Sunday Night Football. Why can't we fucking get a win? And why can't we make a mark here? And I think the fucking Giants can grab a win here. They absolutely can. And they should. Holy fuck. That'd be nice if they did. Now, let's move on to the next game, boys and girls. The San Francisco 49ers will take on the Washington Redskins in D.C. 49ers with a relatively easy win. I think defense is going to carry this win. And offense is going to be serviceable enough to look decent against a very atrocious Redskins team who just, god damn it, man. This injury shit just destroys this team. Bad management, bad ownership. Poor Dwayne Haskins, dude. I feel for that guy. I really do. This is a kid who was touted to be a top 10 draft pick, slid down the draft, landed in the Redskins, and now he's just kind of getting fucked over. I hope, truly, he gets a decent enough team to play for in the near future because it's not the Redskins. It's not. They're not going to get any better. And the 49ers will probably teabag them in their own home after what seems to be a week of catharsis for the Washington, D.C. area, with the Washington Mystics winning their WNBA championship, with the Washington Nationals going to the World Series. Who the hell knows? Maybe Washington catches some fucking fever, but I highly doubt it. I think the 49ers are going to grab an easy win there, boys and girls. Now, the LA Chargers will head to Tennessee to play the Tennessee Titans. I think the Chargers will win the away game here. They don't have a home. Okay, the Chargers are homeless. Just like those fucking LA teams, like most LA people. All right? Oh, it was offensive. Have you been to the streets of LA? There's fucking homeless tents everywhere. And that's exactly what the fucking Chargers are. They're goddamn homeless. They're just going on the road and thinking, oh shit, there's probably more fucking Chargers fans here than our home. And quite frankly, with Tennessee, I really don't know what the fuck is going on with that squad and that team and that management. Holy fuck. You got Ryan Tannehill, playing now, no. I think the Chargers are going to get that easy win, relatively speaking, but might blow it towards the end, but still grab a win because Tennessee is just a big heap of shit mediocrity. And honestly, I don't think they're going to get any better. They're lucky if they get to 8-8. I think truly they are the worst team in the AFC South, and they will continue to be that way. Because the fucking, I don't know, the fucking Chargers are going to win. Fuck. Let's move on to the next game. Let's move on to the fucking next game, boys and girls. The New Orleans Saints will take on the Chicago Bears in Chicago. Call this a crazy pick. I'm picking the Saints to win it away. 5-1 straight without Drew Brees. Now, call it crazy, but I think Saints, their defense is getting better, progressively getting better. Their offense can do work, can go down the field. And we've seen, Chicago, granted, they were in London, and now they're coming off a bye week. They're at home. They're probably going to look better, but they got a little exposed by the Oakland Raiders a couple weeks back. And I think the Saints, with Sean Payton, with Teddy Bridgewater under the helm, with Alvin Kamara, with that stud of a defense that's rising up right now, I think they can absolutely grab a win on the road. And man, if Chicago's offense just turns up the way they have been the last few weeks, I definitely see them losing again at home. So let's move on to the next game, boys and girls, where we have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Seattle Seahawks, your Seattle Seahawks. And yes, it is the return of Earl Thomas III, and I am going to go ahead and select the Seattle Seahawks to win this game. Yeah. Here's the thing. This Baltimore defense is not that great. It's really not. And I really think on the back of Russell Wilson and Chris Carson, this offense can tear this Baltimore defense apart. Now, to be fair, you got Lamar Jackson. You got a great running game. You got a lot of decent pieces on that offensive side too. So, do I think this is going to be a touchdown or more for whoever wins? No. I think this is going to be a closer game than that. Probably 2 points or less. And Seattle grabs probably a late winner in the fourth quarter. And I think this is just going to be a great game. Obviously, I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan, so, goes to show you. But I'm kind of scared because Russell Wilson has thrown 0 interceptions, and I feel like, what if Earl Thomas gets an interception in CenturyLink Field? I don't know what kind of emotion I would have. I'd be pissed, but same time, it's Earl, same time, it's Russell Wilson getting an interception for the first time this season. I don't know. So hopefully Seattle does well. No picks, nothing. And we just grab a fucking win in CenturyLink Field. Now, boys and girls, let's move on to Sunday Night Football. The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys in your Sunday night game of the fucking week. And guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I think this is going to be the best game of the fucking week. Absolutely, I think it's going to be the best game of the week. And obviously, because of the animosity and hatred, it's just going to add that extra flavor. And I believe the Dallas Cowboys are going to win this game in a field goal or less kind of situation, right? I keep saying that, but that's how close I feel these two teams are against each other. And yeah, Carson Wentz still going to show up, still going to do what he needs to do. And as for that Eagles defense, I can't really say the same. I really can't. And no matter how arrogant the Dallas Cowboys may be, I mean, we've seen how they fucking handled themselves against the Jets, who have been winless. But I feel with Philadelphia, Dallas takes themselves really seriously against Philadelphia. They absolutely do. They want to make sure that everything they do against Dallas, or Philadelphia, is magnified. And of course, Sunday Night Football. Big. You couldn't give Jerry Jones a present last week, so probably to compensate, I believe they are going to grab a win here in a very, very close game in the game of the week. Absolutely the best game of the week, in my opinion. Now, let's move on to the last game of the week. boys and girls. Monday Night Football, the New York Jets. Oh, man, almost fucked that up. But hey, the New York Jets will host the New England Patriots at MetLife Stadium. And I think the Patriots are going to win, obviously. But, believe the spread is at -10 favoring the Patriots. They're supposed to win by 10 points or more. But I believe the Jets are going to make this uncomfortably close for the Patriots. Now, granted, Patriots defense, stellar. They have looked immaculate in these last 6 games. But Sam Darnold, coming off of mono, looking stronger than ever, looking better than ever, looking like a fucking stud, like in year 1. I mean, he still is a stud. And damn, the Jets are lucky to have him back. They really are. I think the energy and the spirit of that team, of the fan base is very different now. But New England, I believe, will grab a win, but very, very close. Not even covering that spread of -10. And boys and girls, teams on the bye week this week, you have your Carolina Panthers, Cleveland Browns, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And for week 7, boys and girls, that wraps up the picks. So let's go over these one more time. The Denver Broncos, the Los Angeles Rams, the Buffalo Bills, Jacksonville Jaguars, Minnesota Vikings, Green Bay Packers, Indianapolis Colts, the New York Giants, San Francisco 49ers, the LA Chargers, the New Orleans Saints, Seattle Seahawks, go Hawks! Dallas Cowboys, New England Patriots, and that is my pick in the Piggyskin picks this week. So, boys and girls, follow me at the Sky Lounge and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily content. Now, fuck off.